What is up, you guys? Today I am ranking my top 5 Disney World resorts. Now, if you have been following my channel for a while, then it will be no surprise that 4 out of the 5 resorts I'm ranking are deluxe. We just really love deluxe resorts, so I'm really excited to share these with you guys. Before we dive in, make sure that you are subscribed if you are not already, and make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps me out. Okay, let's start. We'll start backwards. I'll start with number 5. All right, number 5 is the Wilderness Lodge. Now, it has actually been a while since I have physically stayed at this resort, but it will always be one of my favorites, mostly for sentimental reasons. So you may or may not know that I actually grew up in Orlando, and we went to Disney World a couple times a week. That was just my childhood, and probably why I'm so obsessed with Disney World today as an adult. But the Wilderness Lodge was our place that we went all the time. This was actually the very first Disney resort that I ever stayed in. I believe it was 1995, the year after it opened, and I have some really sweet memories here. One of them being the Whispering Canyon Cafe. This restaurant is so fun. It's right when you walk in, and we would come here all the time, and so I have some really sweet memories at this restaurant. And then of course it's just associated with the entire resort, and you guys, right when you walk in, it just takes you to another world. I mean, really anywhere in Disney World feels that way, but when you walk into the Wilderness Lodge, you literally feel like you are on some mountain vacation out in the middle of nowhere, but yet you can hop right on a boat and go straight to Magic Kingdom. So it has amazing access to the park, and then you still feel secluded, but you're still right in the middle of everything. It's just a really great resort. And of course, at Christmas time, nothing compares. That tree in the middle of the lobby, everything about it, walking outside, the cabins, it's just gorgeous. Okay, and number 4 is the Boardwalk. Now, this is such a fun resort. I think the theming here is so well done. I do think that the rooms could be updated soon, but other than that, I love this resort. You have incredible access to Epcot as well as Hollywood Studios. You can either take the boat or you can walk. You have so many dining options between the Boardwalk area, and then you can walk right over to the Yacht and Beach Club, and then all of the dining options at Hollywood Studios and Epcot. So much going on, and I think just walking on that boardwalk, especially early in the morning, you have the boats going, nothing compares. It is such a great spot. Another reason I love the Boardwalk is because it's a little less expensive than the Yacht and Beach Club, but you're still in that same area. So I really think it's a better value for what you're getting because it's just not quite as expensive. We were able to stay club level at the Boardwalk for a pretty reasonable price as compared to if we had done club level at the Beach Club, for instance. So it's just a little more affordable, but you're still gonna have that same experience by being in that same location. So I really think it's a great resort for that reason. I also think it's just a quaint resort. When you're walking around in that back area, in that garden section, it's just beautiful. You have access to the main family pool as well as the quiet pool, and it's just beautiful back there. So Boardwalk definitely makes my top 5 list. Okay, and number 3 is my one non-deluxe resort on this list, and it is Grandestino Tower at Coronado Springs. Now, I do think that this resort should be considered deluxe, at least the tower, just because it is so beautiful. The rooms are stunning. You have so many dining options. I think that's probably the biggest perk of this whole Coronado Springs area, specifically the tower. If you go to the very top floor, you have the Dahlia Lounge, which you have a full appetizer list. I mean, we've done a full dinner there before. And then you have the seafood seafood signature restaurant, Toledo. And then you also have Three Bridges Bar and Grill in the very center of the resort. Of course, you have access to all of the regular Coronado Springs amenity and their quick service area. I mean, there are so many options. And then you have the coffee bar at the lower level of the lobby, and their coffee is not your traditional Disney Joffrey's coffee, just walk up stand kind of feel. It is more of a Spanish-inspired coffee bar, so you have a few more options that are unique to Gran Destino Tower, and it's just really, really good. So I love this hotel, again, just for all of the dining options that they have, but I also love it because I think it's great for anybody, meaning if Andy and I were doing some fancy anniversary trip, this would absolutely be a hotel that we would stay at. But if we wanted to take our daughter for a big family vacation, I think it would still be a great option for a family as well. So I think it's just a really versatile resort, and I just love everything about it. And I think, okay, honestly, I think it's a little underrated. I think people just see, oh, it's at Coronado Springs, there's not a lot of transportation options, it's kind of off on its own, but there are so many other upsides to it that I think those overshadow the transportation drawback, and I just think it's so worth it. And especially if you're on a little more of a budget trip, you can find some pretty good deals at the Gran Destino Tower. And they even have a club level option if you do want to splurge. They have deluxe suites and 1-bedroom suites. So this, again, really can fit for anyone's vacation style, but overall, it's just a beautiful resort, and that's why it's on my list. Okay, and number 2 is, no surprise, Old Key West. Now, this is that resort when we pull in and park in front of our building, it just feels like we're home, like that breath of fresh air. It just feels like home. Now, one of the main reasons I love this resort, aside from that home, quaint, small town, Key West, Florida feel that it also has some of the largest rooms on Disney property. This was the original Disney Vacation Club resort, so the rooms were much, much larger. So you have, for a studio, a lot of space, but personally, we love the 1-bedrooms. You guys, the 1-bedrooms here are gorgeous. They just recently, in the past few years, did some upgrades to the rooms, so they're just beautiful. And there is so much space. These rooms are ginormous, you guys. And you truly, truly feel like you have been transported. Sitting out on your balcony overlooking, whether it's the golf course or the lake, I mean, there's no bad view. It's just so relaxing. So if we're wanting to have more of a relaxing, low-key kind of trip, this is the resort we are going to stay at. And then, of course, it has one of our favorite restaurants on Disney property, Olivia's Cafe. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, it's all amazing. And it's pretty easy to get a reservation here. I mean, the food is just so good. The pools are amazing here. And then, of course, you have that boat access directly to Disney Springs. So that's a huge perk as well. But love Old Key West. It will always, always be very high on my list. All right, and my number 1 Disney World resort is the Polynesian. Now, we have stayed on the DVC side of the Polynesian and completely fell in love with this resort. It is one of the original Disney World resorts, and you just feel it. It just has this nostalgic feel to it. Of course, the smell, I mean, walking into the lobby, everything about it just has this, okay, we're at Disney kind of feel to it. And then the dining options here are fantastic. Kona Cafe, they have a really, really incredible breakfast. Their lunch and dinner is great too. And then you have that all you care to eat family style meal over at Ohana. They also have one of the best quick service locations on Disney property, in my opinion at least, at Captain Cook's, and their food is just fantastic down there. I say down there because it's on the lower level, but they also have Trader Sam's Grog Grotto as well, which is a really fun tiki bar. It is a whole experience in and of itself. And then the pools are so fun. You have the quiet DVC side pool if you're looking for more of a relaxed kind of feel to your pool day, but they also have the really fun family pool, which is incredibly themed. It's overlooking Magic Kingdom. It really doesn't get better than that. And then lastly, the transportation here. is incredible. Not only can you walk to the Ticket and Transportation Center to head over to Epcot, but you also have the monorail straight to Magic Kingdom. You can also walk to the Grand Floridian. You can also, I'm trying to think, what other options are there? You have the boat straight to Magic Kingdom as well. I mean, so many options here. You are right in the very center of the magic. And then if you're looking for a really great fireworks viewing location that's not in Magic Kingdom and you want to watch it from a distance, that beach at the Polynesian is the perfect place to do that. It's an incredible view. Of course, the Polynesian is going to be a little more expensive than all of the other resorts on my list, but that's how it goes, right? I mean, the favorite thing always has to be the most expensive. But if there's ever a trip where we're thinking we're going to go all out, we're going to splurge, this would be that resort that I would stay at every time. Okay, that is it for my top 5 Disney World resorts. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite Disney hotel is. I love talking Disney resorts. It's like one of my favorite topics. So let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And as always, make sure that you're subscribed if you are not already. I would love for you to stick around for more Disney content, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And I think that's it. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.